as you know, wardrobe is a huge component of the show, and the show's been around for 25 years, and we all work off a blueprint. So the show in London is exactly the same as the show on Broadway, in South Africa, in Manila. Some of the pieces that we have is vintage. It's 20 years old, it's 25 years old. We use the best fabrics that we possibly could. Silks, they have a long life expectancy. We use velvets. We use chiffons. Everything is hand beaded in the show. All the shoes are custom made. We specially fit these shoes. And so we have a long life expectancy on the costume. My component of the show covers all the jewelry as well. Everything is custom made. The hats as well. We bead them. Now it takes me and 20 people to run the show every day. It starts in the morning with laundry. So we wash like 86 shirts a day, and we go through 14 cans of spray starch a week. We use special kind of detergents that we bring in so that it doesn't damage the costumes. The show runs on like maybe 2,000 costumes running through the show, but we have understudies. So if someone goes off, we have a set of costumes with the understudies. So in all about 6,000 costumes in the show. We have maybe like 500 pairs of shoes, 350 hats. Jewelry, there's endless amounts of them. Everything is a quick change on this show. No, we don't have hundreds of hours to do things, and we rehearse quick changes.
I was just say, what's the quickest change that you have in the show? You do
12 seconds. As a designer, I never know what's going to happen of an evening. Every night is a different show. Absolutely every night. Nothing works the same. We'd like to, but never the same. And so it's those kind of things that we always make sure that we're going to get the same result, but in a different way.
This is Lungi, one of our cast members. Lungi is actually a swing. Now, a swing performer means not only is she involved with the backstage singing and has her own plot every night, but she's an integral part of learning a multitude of other parts. So if somebody goes off or has to understudy another part, Lungi will actually fit into that. It's one of the toughest roles within the show, one of the most important roles within the show, because she covers so many roles.
And just before, let me just jump onto Tanya. And so the most important thing is we don't only have people going off at the top of the show, but we have people going off during the show as well. So she's always ready in dress mode, where she's prepped. She'll have her makeup and her hair prep on, so if something happens, if someone trips or falls or get injured, she needs to go on in the middle of the show, and so that's all of what she needs to do.
So she changes costumes often?
Well, you know what, she's vocally warmed up, and everything will be ready for her. So if halfway through the show someone goes down, there would be enough time just to get her. We always get warning from the stage manager or from our company manager what is going on. So we're all talking to each other all of the time throughout the show.
The swing is a quite important role. Like actually auditioning for the swing, don't mind saying, is actually quite sometimes harder than finding somebody that's particular to one cast or one particular look. Because sometimes when you're doing castings, you need a particular sound, a particular look. For Lungi, she has to be flexible and has to be able to
fit in all characters.
How long did it take you to learn that multitude of roles?
I didn't have much time to learn the role, and I had to learn it within 1 week. I had to learn everything within 1 week, every part. Like I'm a mezzo soprano, but then I had to learn first line, second line of mezzo, and then I had to learn first line of soprano and second line of soprano, which I covered all of that. So I did all that in 1 week.
And how crazy does it get here? Like downstairs?
My word, it gets so hectic. It gets hectic. You don't have time to relax and think about what you're gonna have for dinner and chit chat. You don't have time for that because it gets hectic. There are quick changes, and then there's crew. They're always on the way, and dressers and wig department is all the way. So you have to be on your feet all the time. You have to look out for everything. Otherwise, if you're not, you're gonna delay everyone.
How do you prepare for the show?
My day starts like this. I go for breakfast, full breakfast. I have to. and then it's my lunch. After my lunch, I go to gym, and then from gym, I come here. I take a nap for maybe an hour, and then I come here. I get a physical warm-up again and a vocal warm-up every day before I start the show, in case something happens. And I check my notes. Every night I need to check my notes. I put on makeup, I put on pin curls, I pin curl my hair, and I'm ready.
So just like Lungi, we have a blueprint as well, and she has a blueprint where she's making notes of exactly where in the show she goes to that position. So she has a book with pages in it, and it outlines the stage, and so she blocks her positions, and she studies those notes all the time. She's always refreshing because all the roles change all the time.
We've got radio communications with all of our crew, so in terms of communicating with our lighting staff, our pyro staff, our automation staff, our mechanists, our flyers for all the sets coming in and out, our prop staff, and our stage managers that are around stage ready to cue actors, ready to make sure performances are clear before set changes and everything happen.
So basically there's one person here who controls the whole kind of movement of the show. They start the show when everyone's ready, they stop if there's a problem, so this is the key person in actually rolling the show along. Make sure everything happens at the right time. So you can see here that we just have the score and we follow through, and there's cues written in there. We've got the musical director, who's the conductor of the show. He's here, so he's very important. Whoever's sitting here, it's important that they work together. And then we've got a view, as you can see, so we can see everything moving. We've also got the infrared here, so when the stakes are dark on stage, the lighting stakes, we can still see what's happening, which is very important in Phantom because there's lots of things moving. Even when you can't see them moving from the front, there's stuff moving up stage in the dark, getting ready for the next sequence. So we need to see what's going on so we don't hit anyone. If anyone's in the wrong place, that we can make sure that the machinery stops, etc. Up the top here we've got a view where we can see the chandelier when it comes into the stage. So basically we speak through this headset. The key people of the show have got headset on, and they're all around different parts of the stage so we can all communicate at all times throughout the performance. Normally setting up a show in countries where English isn't widely spoken, we'll have a translator until everyone's actually comfortable with what they're doing. And then I guess the word that we use is go. Go means to do whatever you're meant to do. And I guess kind of that's universally known, or we teach that to the people who don't speak English, so when they hear the word go, they know what to do. And I guess the other word that's really important for everybody to understand is stop. So even if we're in a country where they don't understand what stop is, everyone learns stop. So go and stop are really the only two words that we need to keep the show running.
If the show follows a blueprint, does the stage ever get to be too much of a logistical challenge from country to country?
In terms of language? Or
No, the stage.
Well, not even country to country. I mean, even theatres inside a country, every theatre's different. So, for example, here we've got lots of room, as you can see, the walls way out there. In some other theatres I've done Phantom, when we might have on this side of the stage only up to where that white piece is. So then everything has to go up in the air to fit it in, so then it's a whole different show, because throughout the show you're bringing in scenery pieces and taking them out. You need to work out how to get cast on stage. So I don't think from country to country makes such a difference. I think the actual theatre space that you're working in creates the different challenges which show up.
Hi everyone, this is our lovely monkey. It's Phantom's monkey in the lair. It's one of the highlights of the show for me. It's a beautiful piece. Absolutely stunning. Because on stage when it in the lair, there's cymbals open and closed, and it plays beautiful music as well. These are masquerade mannequins on the masquerade steps, and so when that cast is set on stage at the top of the show, you can't actually tell which is the people and which are the mannequins. They're so lifelike, beautifully made up. We get the wigs to make up the hair on them every week, so they all also look beautiful. But this thing here, the monkey, that's the star of the show for me. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful
How long is this
piece.
piece?
Well, The show started about, 1990, and that's been with the show since then. All of the props have, just about, yeah. This is one of my favourites. This is Madame Jerry's lantern. Another beautiful period piece. Look at that. So, I mean, the details, it's in it. It's absolutely wonderful piece. So they've got 4 or 5 different lanterns, but this one's my favourite. It's just absolutely stunning. So, you know, like, I mean, they've gone to the trouble of designing stuff that was exactly the same back in the time. You know? So if it breaks tonight, I have to have it fixed by tomorrow night. Sometimes something that hasn't broken for 10 years will all of a sudden break. And it might be, you know, just a freak of nature. So someone might just put it down incorrectly or... Sure.
Even if the audience do not actually see it.
That's right, yeah. But when, you know, like under light, you can see it. It looks beautiful. And, I mean, so if it goes out and it's damaged, it's not a beautiful piece anymore. And little things happen like paintwork gets scratched or that, and you're touching up a fine little bit of paint, and people will say, who's going to notice that? But if you leave all those little scratches and that, over time, the show starts to look very tired and old, so you just do it on a daily basis. There's always variety. Every day's different. There's no 2 days the same, no 2 shows the same, and that's the beauty of live theatre. Like with making a movie, you can film the same scene 1,000 times to get the right shot. We get one crack at it in front of a live audience every night. So the adrenaline, boom, boom, you know, it's really pumping. So that's the beauty of it. You know, so.
Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin.